morning. I'm out here on this beautiful snowy day, out to check on my trail cam. Last time I was out here, I reset it, switched out SD cards, and I had a little bit of smoked fish with me last time, so I sprinkled that around on the ground. Hopefully attract some coyotes or different kind of animals. So I just got to make my way through all this deadfall. There's a lot of it in this area, and swap out cards and see what's on the camera. I love these trail cams. Kind of gives me that same thrill as hunting or trapping, because you kind of never know what you're going to get. And I don't have a card reader, so I don't know until I get home what's on this camera, so I don't know if I should adjust the camera or not. It's always a guessing game. Even with these crampons, I'm having a heck of a time making it down this hill. Underneath the snow is pure ice. Just made it out to my winter camp. Pretty rough hike today in this weather. I think what I'm going to do is get inside my shelter, get a fire going in my stove, warm up. Hands are frozen. It's really coming down out there. Might be stuck in my shelter today. Last night I spent about an hour giving my hatchet some TLC. So I got my kindling split up. This is something I should have had prepared ahead of time. You should always have a nice pile of kindling ready to go. I also have a bag of birch bark that I collected in the fall. It's getting pretty empty. So let's get this fire started. Tell you guys, it's snowing and blowing and blowing and snowing out there. Got a wind chill of about minus 30 Celsius, and if it wasn't for the shelter, I'd be having a real miserable day. I just restoked the fire. I got some snow melting on the top. Probably gonna have to change my plans today. I brought out some steak, onions and mushrooms, and some shrimp. And my plan was to grill them outside on the fire, but I don't think that's going to happen today. what I might end up doing is just cutting up my steak and making more like a stew in this pot here. I have to see how it goes. When you're stuck somewhere because of the weather, we call that being weathered in. And when you're weathered in, you might as well do some chores. So I went out and grabbed my 4-foot crosscut saw. I have my axe here as well that stays out at camp. I brought out some gear to do some maintenance, some Arctic dubbing for the leather sheath. Got a little sharpening stone. I have another homemade compound here to protect the steel and the wood. I also brought out some, I'm going to make some char cloth today, but I don't think that's going to happen. And I also have an old saw that I retired. I figured I might as well bring it out here for little chores. So here's that compound I was talking about. It's just melted palm oil and olive oil. And I put a little mint oil in there as well, and that kind of deters animals and insects from chewing on stuff. You can see here, all around this sheath here, I had something chewing on it. Probably not too many of you guys are familiar with Arctic dubbing. I don't even know if they make it anymore, but my dad gave me this tin, and I still got a little bit left. It's supposed to be for boots and stuff like that, but put some on here. Everything's a little frozen. Everything's freezing up on me today. I just went and spit on my stone and instantly turns to ice. I just gave my axe and my saw a little bit of TLC. It's the best I can do in these conditions. Probably in about 2 months I'll take both of these home and do some proper maintenance on them. While I'm waiting out the storm, I'm going to cut up some of this wood into fine kindling for my next trip. You know, so I'm a bit more prepared. You can see my wood pile here is dwindling. I'm burning more than I'm cutting. So I'm going to have something to eat here pretty soon, and within 2-3 hours, if this storm doesn't get any better, I'm going to have to leave. If it's this nasty here in the trees, I can just imagine out in the open. I don't want to get drifted in with my car. Doesn't seem to be getting any better out there. I keep having to peek through the stove jack every now and then. I got my lunch cooking away, and I just finished cutting up a bunch of kindling for my next trip. Well guys, the steak, shrimp, mushroom and onion stew thing I made is really good. Nice hearty meal on a cold day. Yep, that's good. I brought out my pike pole today. This will stay out at camp. Something I made from scratch probably about a year ago. I just have a makeshift sheath on it right now just so I don't poke myself. It's very sharp. And maybe in a month and a half, 2 months, depending on the weather, I will be using this to break up any log jams on this creek. Hopefully I'll be able to capture the breakup this year. It's pretty impressive depending on the amount of snowfall and and the weather. I just tried cutting down this dead standing tree. It's in a very awkward position and it already had a lean to it. And it got hung up in this other tree here. Kind of figured that would happen, but I thought I'd give it a try. Well, I got the tree down. You know, it's kind of dangerous, but I was very careful. But now look at all that kindling. Look at all the firewood I have now. I'm set for my next trip. And it's right beside camp, so it doesn't get any better than that. Well guys, all my equipment's starting to die on me from the cold. I'm using my phone right now. There's the tree I just cut down. It was a royal pain, but now I got tons and tons of firewood for a long time. There's my shelter. I still got lots of work to do. Kill my stove, take down my stovepipe, cover up the stove jack, pack up my backpack. I have some scraps for my meal, some shells and a bit of gristle from that steak. On my way back, I am going to scatter that around my trail cam. Still got quite the climb yet.